Today, we're going to show you how to go from a toxic, fatty, inflamed liver to a liver that is clean, without fat, and without scar tissue. And I'm actually going to give you 8 different recipes. And these are very delicious, very easy to make. The liver reversing properties in these foods heal your liver and create a vacuum to also get rid of the fat in your midsection as well. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is going to blow you away. It's a recipe to make a very healthy soda that will take your liver to the next level. The liver is the hub of so many different organs. Having a fatty liver doubles your risk of heart attacks. A dirty liver cannot detoxify anymore and develops cirrhosis. And not having the liver work right can really mess up your hormones. With all these smoothies I'm going to show you, you're going to add 1 cup of water with 1 cup of ice. Let's dive right in. The first recipe is simply going to combine 2 different ingredients. 1 cup of spinach or just a small handful of spinach. The cool thing about spinach, it'll decrease your cravings because it really helps blood sugar, and it can also help you remove fat in your abdomen. And then if we add that with kiwi, we're going to get a lot of vitamin C. And depending on the size of the kiwi, you might want to add 2 or 3 kiwis. Kiwi is one of those foods that has almost the most vitamin C of any food out there. And it also has certain properties to protect the liver against damage. So combining these both can enhance the repair of your liver. You may also want to add a little squeeze of lemon or lime juice to this mixture. Combine these ingredients, blend it, and then drink up. In the next smoothie, we're going to add spinach and grapefruit. It has a unique property of increasing the sensitivity to the hormone insulin to help with blood sugar. And remember, this is a smoothie. We're not juicing anything. We're going to take all the fiber, blend that with spinach. With spinach, add a little handful, which is like 1 cup, and then you're going to do 1 grapefruit. The other cool thing about grapefruit is it increases bile flow from the liver. And bile helps you break down fats, but a lot of the toxins from the liver go through the bile ducts as they come out into the small intestine. And I also like to add either half of a lemon or some lime juice to this mixture as well. Go ahead and blend and drink away. The next combination is kale with pomegranate. Kale is one of the cruciferous vegetables, so it has some additional properties to help with the detoxification of the liver. It's a great anti-inflammatory for the liver. And then pomegranate has the potential to really drop that inflammation in the liver. Remember, too much inflammation can develop scarring of the liver. We don't want that. Pomegranate also prevents fat from accumulating in the liver itself. If we combine both kale and pomegranate together, we stimulate one of the most powerful antioxidants in the body. If you want, you can also add a tablespoon of flaxseed to this mixture as well. The thing about flaxseed is it has a precursor to omega-3 fatty acid. Anything that can increase more omega-3 fatty acids can help inflammation. The next drink is really just a cup of sliced or chopped papaya in water. That's it. And maybe some ice cubes. Papaya is interesting because it's loaded with enzymes. It can really help digestion, and it's really good for fighting inflammation in the liver. One thing you might want to add, a pinch of Himalayan sea salt. That way we can add some electrolytes in there. The next combination is combining 1 cup of chopped celery with 1 cup of blueberries. Celery is one of my favorite vegetables. It's good to increase bile production. It's great for reducing liver inflammation. And it's generally good to counter the toxicity from junk food. Not that you ever eat junk food, but if you ever do, eat more celery. With the blueberries, basically reduce fat on your liver. And if you also have excessive iron overload, like a lot of people do as they age, blueberries have the polyphenol chemicals to help bind with iron and remove it from the body. If you were brave enough to add maybe a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar to this mixture, you would greatly enhance the effectiveness as well as increase more bile flow through this area. When the bile backs up into the liver, you get right shoulder pain through here, and it could radiate up to this side right through here, or in the back part right here. This is a great smoothie to help the liver and help keep things flowing. The next one we're going to talk about is cucumber and lemon. A cup of each. Chop these things up and then blend them and then drink away. The thing about cucumber, it's super hydrating. It has great electrolytes. It's great to increase the liver's ability to detoxify. And there's also a study I read that shows that it can help prevent the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Adding the lemon can also increase the detoxification of the liver. Melons in general are really good to pull edema from your legs or your feet because they're a natural diuretic. And then you can add a slice of ginger to that and make it a really tasty little shake. Then we get to the next one, avocado with strawberries. I recommend doing a cup of each with a glass of water and some ice cubes. Blend it down. All right, what's in the avocado? One of the most powerful antioxidants, and they have reparative properties for the liver. Strawberries are great to increase overall liver function. They can help increase the metabolism, can help remove some of the fat from the liver. There's a common theme here because we're talking about fruits and vegetables. All are very powerful antioxidants that support the liver. And the problem a lot of times with the liver is we're eating foods without those antioxidants, like refined foods. And even if someone is a diabetic or they have a chronic condition and they have a lot of inflammation, if they also at the same time consume foods high in antioxidants, at least they would have a lot less side effects. This is just another important reason why I think people need to include these in their diet. The last smoothie is going to combine coconut with papaya. This is a really delicious smoothie. Now, coconut has lauric acid, and that's really good as an antiviral. It's good for the immune system. Coconut is loaded with what's called MCT fat. These fats turn into ketones, and ketones are great for the liver because they're a low-stress fat for the liver. If we combine that with papaya, which has a lot of enzymes and antioxidants, we're going to really drop the inflammation and the scarring that's happening in the liver. What you might want to do is add a little sprinkle of cinnamon to the mix to take things even further, especially for the blood sugar. I've given you a lot of different options for smoothies, but now I want to show you something very, very cool. This recipe that I'm going to share with you came from Dr. William Davis. He's the author of Supergut and also Wheat Belly, and he shared this with me in one of his emails, and I want to share it with you. You're going to love this. It's like a probiotic, and you're going to combine that with fruit juice, any fruit juice, orange, apple, grapefruit, pomegranate, cranberry. And what's going to happen is this microbe, it's actually a friendly fungus, is going to ferment and eat up the sugar in this juice over a period of 72 hours. And you're going to leave it out of the fridge right on the counter with maybe some cheesecloth over it. And if you don't have a cheesecloth, you can basically get a paper towel and put a rubber band around it, because within 24 hours, you're going to get a lot of CO2 production. And if you close the lid on this thing, it's going to explode with all the pressure in there. So don't do that. You just take any amount of juice you want. You can just take a 16 ounce, you can take a 12 ounce, and you'll take one of these capsules. Now, the type of fungus or probiotic that you're going to need, you can get from Walmart or even the drugstore. It's this probiotic right here. It's called Florastor. And there's a very specific strain in here, CNCM 1-745, and it loves sugar. In fact, after 72 hours, it's not even going to taste that sweet. It's going to be this delicious, carbonated, slightly flavored drink, like a soda, and then you put it in the fridge. You're going to love it. It's delicious, and it's really good for you as well. It helps the gut. It can also help counter diarrhea and even suppress small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. You're just going to take one capsule from this, open it up, okay, the contents of one capsule, and then just mix it up, cover it up with that paper towel or a cheesecloth with a little rubber band, and then put it on your kitchen counter and put your timer to 72 hours and come back and drink it, and you're going to be shocked. We talked about the foods for the liver, but we didn't talk about the entire diet that you should be on. If you want that information, you should watch this video right here. Check it out.